Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Totola, and I'd like to welcome you to Passion for Perfection, a German Obsession, sponsored by VHF, whose dental and laboratory mills are German designed, engineered, and built. Apple CEO Tim Cook enlisted a German company to design and build all the furnishings for Apple's world headquarters remodeling project in Cupertino. When asked why he chose a German company, Cook simply said, "There is nothing in the world like German craftsmanship." And now it's time for a segment we like to call Germansplaining. Germansplaining is the segment where I, as a non-German, explain to you the essence of the heart and soul of Germany. Would this make more sense if I was doing it because I was German? Of course, but then it wouldn't be Germansplaining. There's something about eating sausage, schnitzel, and sauerkraut in Germany. It just tastes better over there. Plus, it's the safe part of the menu, since there are definitely some German specialties that might be out of your comfort zone. For example, Met is a dish of minced raw pork. It's usually eaten on bread and garnished with raw onion rings. In restaurants, it's often served as Met Igel, which translates to Met hedgehog. Now, it's not made from ground up hedgehog. It's raw pork shaped into a hedgehog. Aw, look at the little guy. Little onion spines, tiny olive eyes and nose, cornichons for feet. Dig in, everybody. And just to show you that the raw pork hedgehog is not a one-off, I offer you Zungenwurst, which sounds like tongue sausage. And after seeing pork shaped like a hedgehog, you might be thinking, hey, sausage shaped like a tongue might be super cute too. But no, the actual translation is blood sausage, and there it is. Oof. As dentists, we've spent our fair share of time staring at tongues, but never in cross-section. It's made from bread, yum, oatmeal, delish, keep going, pig's blood, and beef tongue. And good news, it's served cold to maximize chew time. But since Germany invented the pretzel, I'm going to give them a lot of leeway on these other dishes. And because they spend 16 to 18 days a year celebrating the combination of pretzels, sausage, and beer, I'm going to say that all is forgiven. And now it's time for another installment of Fina Mill Now Conversations. See what I did there? Where we talk to the leaders in digital dentistry. Well, we are very lucky to have with us today one of the leaders in digital dentistry, Dr. Miguel Stanley. He's the founder and CEO of White Clinic, based in Lisbon, Portugal. And I had a chance to interview him back in 2018. And since then, he's become a professor of restorative and preventive dentistry at the University of Pennsylvania. Welcome, and I'm really happy that now we'll probably see more of you in the United States.
Well, thank you very, very much. And it's an honor to be here and to be interviewed, I think, by my second time with you. What an amazing opportunity. I mean, University of Penn Dental Medicine is without a doubt one of the cornerstones of education in the US. It's one of the oldest faculties in the world. I'm humbled, I'm honored, and I was just taken back when Professor Dr. Marcus Blatz, who's the head of that department, reached out. And I guess, when they say that hard work pays off, and I would actually add hard work and consistency, because, some people tend to have a good year or good 2 years, and I've been doing this for 20 years, Mike. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's hard work does pay off. So without the pandemic, I would have probably, come maybe once or twice a year. Now with the pandemic, everything's going online. So hopefully, I gave one lecture, I think 2 to 3 months ago for the faculty. And I guess my mandate, and I'm an adjunct professor, my mandate to talk about new technology for big fans here at the White Clinic. We're very fortunate to have some awesome firing power and trying to develop new techniques, new methods, testing new materials. And that's just exactly what I guess Professor Marcus Blatz is after.
Well, you've already done one thing that's on my bucket list, which is give a TED Talk. But more impressively than that, if that's possible, is your involvement with the first National Geographic documentary about dentistry, which anybody who wants to see it can go to miguelstanley.com and see it, or go to your YouTube channel and see it. It's fascinating. Tell me a little bit about the genesis of that and what part you played in it.
Well, yeah, it was the first time in 150 years that National Geographic has been around. It's a non-profit organization. It's a foundation, and it's based in Washington D.C. They have more lawyers than any company I've ever seen, because for them, reputation is everything. So they'd never touched the topic of dentistry, not in print or in film or in video. And I have a background in television. I've produced 7 makeover TV shows since 2005 here in Portugal. I did some work on The Doctors in Hollywood, an EMS award-winning show filmed out of Paramount Studios. I think it's still airing back in 2011, 2012. And I love the storytelling. And I think that my passion is telling the public how awesome dentistry is. I think part of my job as a speaker is to talk how awesome dentistry is to dentists. And we're living in such an amazing time where there's so much technology, but I wanted to be able to tell all that I've been learning with dentists around the world and with the companies that I've been working with, to tell the public how awesome dentistry is. So I thought, there'd be no better stage than National Geographic, and no mountain higher to climb. And so I reached out to Fox at the time. Now Disney owns it, but Fox Entertainment. I reached out to some producers there, and basically was like, not cool, hang up. Dentistry's boring, hang up. And I was like, hang on, that's just not true. So check this out. I called the producer back and I said, let me ask you a question. Because I went to sleep that night and I couldn't sleep properly. And I was like, why is this guy saying dentistry is not cool? Why, it's not true. So I called him up. I said, let me guess, you've got amazing teeth. And the guy said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got amazing teeth. I said, you've never needed advanced complex dentistry. He goes, well, as a matter of fact. And I said, I bet your wife and your kids and everybody in your intimate family has got great teeth. He said, yes, we're all very lucky. I said, that's why you think dentistry isn't cool. I said, do me a favor. Go and find somebody that you care for that's had complex dentistry done badly and then had it done positively. Find somebody and then call me back. That happened. And I then produced a small film myself showing how awesome technologies, that video is actually on my YouTube channel, a digital smile transformation. And he was like, oh my God, I had no idea that this was so cool. And then, we went around the world and the story's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a great watch. If you love dentistry, you'll enjoy seeing it and even sharing it with your patients. You have some sayings, some mottos, I guess, on your website that I love, like no half smiles or real same day dentistry. And you mentioned some of these complex cases that you do. You've got an R5 mill from VHF, which is this workhorse that can do pretty much anything wet or dry. Give me some examples of cases you do and how you're able to take that mill and really change patients' lives with the dentistry you can deliver for them.
Well, the milling machine came into our lives actually with National Geographic. So I'm not going to mention other brands, but we were engaging in a European company to help us with milling, quite a well-established company. And just the whole organization. And for me, companies, it's not just about the product, it's about the people. And we have a very good relationship with Voco in Germany. And so the CEO there was like, hey, you should check out this company. I never heard of VHF. I'd never heard of them. And it's a privately owned company. And, these guys are hands-on the pulse. They're dynamic. They operate like a startup. They're hungry. They want to, and they had a marketing director at the time who was just fantastic. And Nicholas, who's running the US, just really awesome people. And I said, listen, I'm doing a documentary and I need 1 milling machine for my clinic because we want to do a full arch. And when I say real same day dentistry, it's the final restoration on the same day. That is different because usually same day dentistry is provisionals. So I said, can you help me? And these guys were like, well, look, we're going to try. And I said, and I have another challenge. I need a machine that I can ship to Uganda, to a remote village that could work. And they were, you know what? We almost did it. And the only reason we didn't ship the milling, I think the Z4 to Uganda, was because not BBC, it's the National Geographic. We had BBC producers as well, but they said, look, we can get it in, but we can't assure that you'll get it out. So because of, They were amazing. They were incredible. And we actually pulled it off. So if you watch in the documentary, we did nano hybrid, same day milled final restorations. And the precision of this machine, besides, I mean, it's a work of art. This is something you don't want hidden in a back room. It is what I have to say, and I did the midwinter in February, just before the lockdown. It's the most elegant, beautiful designed piece of technology in dentistry today. It's expensive, but it's awesome. And it's just changed our lives because we don't have to outsource anything. We're milling full arch in ceramic, zirconia, titanium, lithium disilicate, and it does discs, it does blocks, you can program it, it can work overnight. It's just changed our lives, man. It's amazing.
You know, I don't want to mention another company's name either, but I will. If Apple designed a mill, this would be it. You know, that's what I feel like when I look at it, because it's like, you know, industrial design awards. It looks exactly like it would. And it's nice to hear that you're being able to put it through all of its uses and run it wet and dry and through the night, and it'll change blocks for you. It's almost like having another employee there while the rest of the office is there and going to sleep.
Just to add one last thing, you know, it's got this direct clean technology in it, which keeps it very, very clean. And moreover, I just have to give a shout out to the people behind the scenes. They have a customer service that is unparalleled. I mean, we had some issues. It's normal, it's technologies, you know, but these guys, German engineering, but their customer service is unparalleled. I mean, they log on to the computer and they just manage everything. I don't even know how it works, but honestly, I want to give a big shout out to all the people at VHF behind the scenes running operations, because it truly is magnificent the way that they've organized that.
Well, they're going to love that shout out, Miguel. There's 250 employees now at VHF, even though it feels like a startup, just because of how innovative they are and how willing they are to work with people. And you're right. Everybody knows that Germans are obsessed with the design, with the engineering and the manufacturing. And then you find that company, like you said, that's also that obsessed with customer service. And you know you've got a real winner on your hands. Miguel, thanks again for spending some time with us after a busy day of work. Always nice to get a chance to interview, and thanks for being on the show.
Man, it's my absolute pleasure. Keep up your fantastic work. You know, I always look forward to your videos. So informative, and you're helping dentists around the world improve their game. Thank you. Keep it up, man.
Thank you, Miguel. Passion for Perfection is brought to you by VHF, designed, engineered, and built in Germany. VHF takes their motto seriously, creating perfection. Their obsession with creating the perfect machines, tools, and software is to enable their customers to pursue creating clinical perfection for their patients. Their open system allows you or your dealer to pair your VHF mill with the best scanner for your practice. And by manufacturing the mills and the tools themselves, and always including CAM software at no additional charge, VHF allows clinicians to own a state-of-the-art complete CAD/CAM system at about half the cost of other popular CAD/CAM solutions in the market. Go to VHF.com to see how you can begin creating perfection too. Well, that'll wrap it up for this episode. So on behalf of myself, Practice Passion, and VHF, how about we shut the front door and start milling?